Bet you thought you could go pretty much anywhere, didn't you? So we live in a world that's more accessible than ever. Advancements in technology and travel make going anywhere in the world more accessible for more people than ever before. However, this ease of access doesn't apply to everywhere. In fact, there are some places that no matter how hard you try, you will never be able to visit. These places are so entwined in secrecy that very little is known about their inner workings and what actually happens there. So this week, I gathered the most exclusive and secretive places on Earth that, despite your best efforts, you will never be able to enter. Sorry. So here they are. 10 forbidden places you're not allowed to visit. Number 1 is White's Gentlemen's Club. Located in London, England, is the most exclusive gentlemen's club in London and possibly the most exclusive in the world. The club's members include only the richest and most powerful of society's elite, including Prince William, Prince Charles, Conrad Black, and even former prime ministers. Originally built in 1674, it's an all-boys club only accepting men. It has 3 stories, including a basement and an attic, and several rooms within. These rooms are often used to hold private and secretive events that the public is never privy to, and members often use these rooms to engage in other activities such as high-stakes betting. In order to even get close to the club, let alone join its ranks, you need to know someone that's already a member. Or you could just master their secret password, which is probably just, I bathe in money, Make sure you twist the evil villain mustache or you're not getting in. Number 2 is Area 51. Located in the state of Nevada, the infamous Area 51 is by far one of the most well-known and least accessible places on Earth. According to the CIA, the official names for the facility are Homey Airport or Groom Lake. To this day, the base's primary purpose is still publicly unknown, as the government has never disclosed it. The public has never been allowed inside, which has led to tons of wild speculation. Non-conspiracy theorists generally believe that the base is used to develop and test new aircrafts and weapon systems. However, conspiracy theorists generally believe that that's simply a front, and that Area 51 is actually a hub of intergalactic activity where testing of and communication with extraterrestrial life is commonplace. All of this intense secrecy and theorizing has made its way into pop culture through shows like The X-Files and Roswell, as well as several movies. Of course, all of these tinfoil hat freaks need to chill, because aliens don't exist and you should simply stop asking questions.
This message sponsored by the CIA.
Number 3 is the Jiangsu National Security Education Museum. Located in Nanjing, China, is a very special museum that has some extremely restrictive rules as to who can enter. Displayed here is a range of documents and gadgets dating all the way back from 1927 that have been deemed too sensitive for anyone that is not Chinese, thus foreigners are forbidden from entering. Those who were born in China are severely restricted once inside. No photography is allowed in this museum, which is said to hold spy gear such as guns disguised as lipstick, hollowed out coins that hide documents, and decks of cards that hide maps. Unfortunately, very little else is known about the contents of this building due to China's policy that the museum is for Chinese citizens only. Which is odd, because the Chinese travel, right? So somebody knows something. Somebody spill the beans, we gots to know! Number 4 is the Metro 2. Located in Moscow, Russia is the Metro 2, an informal name given to the purported secret underground metro system. It was supposedly built and codenamed D6 during the reign of Joseph Stalin. The length of the Metro 2 is rumored to exceed that of the public metro, have 4 lines, and lie 200 meters underground. It's believed to be operated by the Ministry of Defense and connects the Kremlin to the Federal Security Service, as well as several other important branches of government. Several reports exist as to the discovery of this transit line by urban exploration groups. This has also reportedly been confirmed by documents obtained by United States military intelligence, however, it has never 100% been proven to exist. Of course, the Metro 2 was just one of the many names they considered, including the Rush In train and the No Stalin. Thank you, I'll be here all week. Number 5 is Room 39. Located in North Korea, as oh so many shady things are, Room 39 is a secretive organization that maintains the foreign currency slush fund for the country's leader. They hold as much as $5 billion in funds and have been suspected to be involved in illegal activities such as counterfeiting money, illicit weapon sales, and drug production. It's believed to be located inside the ruling Workers' Party building in Pyongyang, not far from King Jong-un's villa. However, However, it's believed that this organization is critical to Kim Jong-un's continued power, enabling him to buy political support and fund North Korea's nuclear program. Despite overwhelming concern about Room 39 from the international community, North Koreans remain unconcerned because as soon as Kim Jong-un flashes that adorable smile, everyone just melts. Or else. Number 6 is the Coca-Cola Recipe Vault. The World of Coca-Cola interactive exhibit in Atlanta, Georgia is a destination frequented by tourists, however not everything there can be seen by the public. Within the exhibit is a dedicated vault that holds a secret held since 1886, the coveted secret recipe for Coca-Cola. After Dr. John S. Pemberton invented Coca-Cola in 1886, the formula has been kept a close secret. It was only ever shared with a small group of people and never written down. That is, until it was eventually put to paper and kept at SunTrust Bank since 1925 until it was moved to this new location in 2010. To this day, the full formula is only known by approximately 3 people, unlike Pepsi's formula, which is probably in the hands of some warehouse manager somewhere named Craig. Craig's a good dude. Number 7 are Google's data centers. Unlike the rest of the places on this list, Google data centers exist all over the world and can only be accessed by a select few and certainly not the public. These massive centers are loaded with hundreds of thousands of servers, colorful cables, and bicycles so that engineers can get around quickly. Each of these locations represents a hub of information where Google processes internet search requests, stores YouTube clips like this one, and distributes emails for millions of its users. They are highly secure locations that store unbelievable amounts of user information. The high security is necessary as such large amounts of information, if fallen into the wrong hands, could have catastrophic consequences for millions of people in an increasingly digital world. Yet, aside from hackers, the real threat to the data center remains a carelessly thrown magnet that threatens to wipe away all those beautiful cat videos on YouTube that we've come to love. Practice magnet safety, my friends. Number 8 is the Chapel of the Ark of the Covenant. Found in Ethiopia is a chapel that's believed by some to be the final resting place of the Ark of the Covenant that holds the 10 Commandments. The legendary Ark is protected by a single high priest who is charged with its care and preservation. Interestingly, he's the only one who's allowed to actually look at the Ark and is the only one who knows how to locate it within the chapel. He's never allowed to leave the chapel and will name a successor on his deathbed. No one from the public has ever seen the artifact, and no one is allowed to enter the church to view it. Because of the amount of secrecy around it, many question the legitimacy of the Ark actually residing at the chapel, despite all major news sources reporting on it, including CNN. But hey, some guy from Ethiopia said it's there, and if some guy says it, it has to be true. Obviously. Number 9 is the Javari Reserve. Located in Brazil is the Javari Reserve, the largest concentration of uncontacted tribes in the world. According to satellite imagery, at least 8 tribes exist, with as many as 14 potentially existing. The reserve itself is a swath of Amazon jungle half the size of Florida. Both the Brazilian and Peruvian governments strictly regulate who may visit the reservation, with very few being allowed. But even if somehow you did manage to visit them, they would be threatened by the foreign germs that you carry. You know, when I think of this tribe, I really can't help but think of the Bumblebee tuna scene from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. The difference is that you would pose a serious threat to them and they would probably kill you, so not as funny. And number 10, the Bank of England Vaults. Located in London, England is the central bank for the United Kingdom, the model from which most modern banks have been based upon. However, beneath the city is the vault, a massive space greater than that of the 3rd tallest building in the city, Tower 42. There are several security measures that make sure that the vault is extremely hard to get into, including keys that open it that are 91 centimeters long. Making it even more difficult to enter is that even if you wanted the keys, you wouldn't know from whom to take them from because the employees of the vault are kept anonymous. The near impossibility of entering this vault is a necessity, as a near 156 trillion pounds worth of gold deposits exist there. So unless you're a psychic or can carry around a few 91 centimeter keys without being noticed, you're not getting in there. Sorry. And that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, if you enjoyed it, remember to click that like button, and if you'd like to see future videos from me, remember to click that red subscribe button because I upload every Tuesday and Saturday. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you on my social media. Peace!